gharials released in Beas River are thriving well. So there were actually two news articles. So I've pasted it at the top and the bottom. Go back to our class where we discussed this crocodile breeding and management program. I hope you remember. We looked at 3 species-oriented projects. If you remember that, so one was Project Tiger, other was Project Elephant, and third was the crocodile breeding and management program. So this also started way back in 1973, and we said that the National Sanctuary in Chambal is where the crocodile breeding and management program, that's the place where it all kind of started. One of the objectives of crocodile breeding and management program, as the name itself suggests, breeding and management program. So what was the purpose? The conservation, let's say in this case, the Chambal, river sanctuary, the conservation or the protected area for this crocodile, the purpose is that it acts as a breeding nuclei. You remember it? Breeding nuclei. This is the word I have used a couple of times. Nuclei. Yeah, breeding nuclei. So you make sure that the population of crocodile increases. When it increases, you transfer the baby crocodiles, so to say, to a area where they used to be there 20, 30, 40 years before, but now they are extinct. Beas River exactly fits the bill. Are you able to understand? That is why, interestingly, these are also called as reintroduction program. In crocodile, you will hear this word reintroduction program. So what is reintroduction program? You are introducing crocodile in an area which is its erstwhile habitat. Because there you know that since these crocodiles, in this case we are referring to Gharial, so which is a fish-eating crocodile. In this case, we know for sure that the Gharials existed in the Beas River till 1960s and they become extinct. Therefore, if I'm able to transfer some of these Gharial from the Chambal sanctuary to Beas, there is a greater chance of surviving because it was their erstwhile habitat. So, so this came in for a lot of what should I say, cheers or happiness among the wildlife conservationists, because it is believed that this reintroduction program was being done from 2017 onwards. Okay, 2017 onwards, and 94 is a good number. So what they have said in the article is also out of 94, only 2 have died, 92 have survived. And the most interesting part is they have all been reintroduced as baby crocodiles, and it takes them around 7 years to reach a stage where they are ready for reproduction. So that 7 years has not happened. So that 7 years is going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years. After that, the population may increase much faster. Okay, so this will be a very successful reintroduction program should it really succeed, and by all means, it seems to be succeeding. Okay, and some points about Gharial. So this is about the program itself. This is about Gharial, the fish-eating crocodile. One feature I found interesting was this term called sexual dimorphism, and it's also an indicator of a clean river. So you could even call it as an indicator species, so to say. Means more crocodile in a river, among other things, means that the river is clean. Okay, so sexual dimorphism means by looking at this Gharial from a distance, you can identify whether it's a male or female. And the identification is not with respect to the reproductive organs. The identification is with respect to some other feature not related to reproductive organs. For example, in case of birds, when you say, this bird species exhibits sexual dimorphism, what it means is, you can see, just a random example I'm giving. So, okay, so the males are all, dark purple and the females are all light gray. So from a distance, I know which is male and which is female. Yeah. Maybe the male has a particular type of beak, the female has a particular type of beak. So in this case, the male are the one which have a bulb-like structure on its snout. You know the Kharial, right? It has a lengthy, what should I say, jaw maybe, and at the end of the jaw, means at the start, I don't know whether to call it as start or end. This part, yeah. So if you see Kharial, so if it opens its mouth, so this is, let's say this is your Kharial, yeah. So this is your Kharial here, this part. So it has a snout. In fact, they say this snout, the local population calls them as ghara. Ghara is pot. So it looks like a pot. So pot-like structure when you find it on top of the upper jaw of the Kharial. So that's why they are calling it sexual dimorphism. So you can look at it and tell whether it's a male or a female. Reason for extinction, I think we all know, not very, very different. So reason for extinction, you can read it for yourself. Places where Kharial is present. I think this is important. We know for sure the Chambal River, it's a sanctuary. Son, yeah, Son, Kane, Betwa, some of the tributaries. Girva River, see where Girva River is. It happens to be coming from Nepal. Ganges we know, Mahanadi we know, Chambal also we know. Yeah. So please take up the atlas and start looking at these rivers. It is important. Okay. Protection status. Despite the numbers, because it's only increasing a little bit, it is still classified as critically endangered under the IUCN and Appendix 1 and Wildlife Protection Act Schedule 1. So it is topmost conservation, topmost priority for conservation across the world, not just in India, but across the world. But overall, this seems to be a positive news that that the reintroduction program. So reintroduction, why? Because they have been introduced back into their erstwhile habitat. That's on Kharial.